Hi, my name is Yan Chen. I am a postdoc at the University of Toronto. Today I'll be talking about Umutation, a research prototype that allows web interface designers to easily retarget front-end UI behaviors they found online to their own websites. This work is done together with my postdoc host, Professor Toby Grossman. By the way, I'm on the job market this year. If you know any research positions, both in industry or academia, please let me know. Thank you. UI behavior is a key component of the modern website. They can make the websites easier to use and more engaging. When prototyping UI behaviors, designers often look at examples on other websites for reference or inspiration. However, to further make use of these examples to help them prototype, designers often have to dig into the source code of the examples or sketch things out to communicate about their ideas. These practices are inefficient because the implementation can be arbitrarily complex and the behaviors can be really dynamic. Prior work has explored retargeting static design elements, but not their dynamic behaviors. And in this work, we ask, how can we make it easier for designers to retarget UI behavior examples to their own interfaces? So in this work, we proposed a new interaction idea that helps designers to borrow the UI behaviors from one website to another. We instantiated this idea by creating Umutation, a prototype that allows people to extract, edit, and adapt UI behaviors to their own websites. To make retargeting process easier, we break down an interface behavior into 4 components: trigger object, response object, and response. This makes a UI behavior as a first-class object that users can easily and directly use. Umutation also provides contextualized guidance to help more precisely retarget behaviors from source to target websites. Let's take a look at some examples. Suppose I want to make the site more engaging by improving the drop-down behavior. I'd like to retarget an example behavior I found online to use it on my own site. I want to use Umutation to make this task easier. To start the system, I click this icon and the system main panel pops up. Then I go to the source website, select the element whose behavior I want to copy. To make this easier, Umutation provides contextualized guidance such as a cursor following window that shows the selection instructions, or a dashed border around the DOM elements I hover over. After the selection, I go back to the main panel, click the record button, and interact with the selected elements to record the desired behavior. During the recording, Umutation tracks user input events and attribute changes on the selected elements and the window element. After the recording, Umutation displays the example behavior in the table, where each row shows the behavior information of one CSS attribute, and each column shows further details, including a template-based natural language description and the 4 behavior components mentioned before. As you can see, this drop-down behavior has 2 attribute changes. The first is the transform attribute, which changes from 200 pixel to 00 pixel. The second is the transition attribute, which describes how this transformation happens. These squares represent a simplified version of the start and end UI state. These functional relationship charts help visualize the changes, which is useful when the trigger and the response are continuous. Umutation also allows users to edit these behaviors so that they can experiment with different versions. For instance, I can change the trigger from hover to click. I can also change the response function via direct manipulation or by clicking these pre-made interpolation functions. To adapt these behaviors to the target website, I can choose to either manually select the target elements or to auto-match them, which lets the system find similar elements on the target website. To use manual select, I go to the target website. Following the instructions, I select the trigger and response elements. After this, the system will add buttons to allow users to reselect the elements and to turn these behaviors on and off for easy comparison. Umutation provides other techniques to help clarify user intent and facilitate rapid prototyping. For instance, users can create behavior variants with the different functional relations between the 2 attributes. When experimenting with this variance, the system allows users to test each on separate elements. This helps reduce the effort of context switching. Imitation can also listen to user events, such as clicking, window resizing, and various of event element attribute changes, such as their width, height, or pasting. The implementation is rather straightforward. During the recording, the system listens to the occurrence of predefined events and captures the value changes on a set of attributes on the element. When adapting these effects to the target element, the system will add the event listeners to them and either replay or add the related CSS effects to them. To find the structural similar elements, we use the following 4 attribute values. They are relative to the window size. To find the similar elements on the same page to apply the variance behaviors, we simply use the element class name. There are also a couple of limitations of this work. The system only captures the front-end observable changes, not the underlying functions. The adapted effects will only be based on the captured value without any awareness of the target website implementation. After adapting the behavior, the effect will only be triggered if the value of the trigger object is within the range of the capture value. And finally, the structure similar calculation is rather simple, may not be generalizable, and more advanced matching algorithm can be applied in the future. We conducted a user study to evaluate the usability of the system with 8 participants. Participants reported that imitation is easy to use and efficient at helping them retarget the UI behavior examples. For more details, please read our paper. Thank you.